Most merger stories don't begin in a boardroom. They begin much less formally, likely over coffee, maybe a phone call, maybe a quiet discussion between two leaders at a conference who trust each other enough to say, I wonder if there's a chance we could do more together than apart. That's where every great nonprofit partnership actually starts, not with the term sheet, but with curiosity and collaboration. And that's borne out in the research, which tells us most successful mergers happen between organizations that already had a relationship. So much of what we do in the nonprofit world is based on trust. And in these kinds of partnership discussions, trust comes first here as well. Structure comes later and sometimes way later. So, what does that first conversation look like? It can be low pressure. You're not pitching anything, and certainly not a merger. You're exploring a question, something as simple as I've been thinking about what our two orgs might be able to do together. Or you guys have been putting out a lot of great info on this new program. Would you be open to grabbing coffee and sharing more about how that came to be? And then maybe we can talk about other possibilities. You can name the intent to collaborate without getting into any structural scenarios. You're simply inviting a collaborative perspective. While you're hanging out, you listen for shared mission, cultural compatibility, and candor. And it's the signals you gain in this early phase, much more than any legal paperwork, that tell you whether it's worth going deeper. I know this from personal experience. This is how Mission Plus strategy came under the Keystone Alliance umbrella. Gene Butson and I were on a panel together. It was the end of the pandemic. A coffee followed. We were having a chat about very real pain points at the time. And then, boom, two light bulbs went off. And I don't think that would have happened had we had a pressurized agenda to cover. And we continue that legacy by bringing that model to every org we work with here at Mission Plus Strategy at Keystone. Before roadmap, before due diligence, there's a human conversation that's rooted in mission, because that's why we're all here at the end of the day, isn't it?